Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're broadcasting live here from the Gage Gymnasium at the Wiekamp Athletic Center. We're standing on Mike Lightfoot Court. Next to me, Ryan Lightfoot, the men's basketball coach at Bethel College. Next to me, Ron Hecklinski, head boys basketball coach here, who coached in the National McDonald's All-Star Game. Had a chance to coach LeBron James during that great opportunity. He, and of course up there in the broadcast booth, Tanya County, JP Jobert, Matt Copsey, along with Mike Fleshman joining us here today. Boy, what a neat affair. Ryan, first of all, you're now the guy in charge here. You kept this great tradition going. Year number 7, I remember sitting down with your dad, Mike, and we put this all together in about a 35-day period.
Right.
And it was really, really an adventurous undertaking. But wow, this thing has really become the toast of the town.
Yeah, you know what? It's really blown up, and it says a testament to the guys that we have that are playing. You know, I talk about the local talent that we have, the local coaches that we have that's putting these guys in positions to be successful. And so it's a really neat event, not only for these guys to be showcased, to showcase the talent of our area, but also for our community to be involved as well.
Well, obviously, it's a great coup for Bethel College to have the opportunity to have so many awesome athletes on the campus, in addition to that, to be part of the outreach that extends into the Ronald McDonald Charities. And what a chance that is. That's life-altering.
Yeah, you know, and you look at the event, and the game's the fun part. Yesterday is actually the event and what we did. So the kids came in and practiced yesterday and just had an opportunity to, and after that, go back and do some community service and give back to the community that's invested in them. You know, all these games are well represented in our area, and so to have an opportunity to go back and give back to the community, they never know when they're going to be in a situation where life hits them 10 years from now. And they'll be so grateful for the opportunity to go to the Ronald McDonald House and what that provides. But it's an unbelievable partnership that we have with McDonald's. I think it's just two quality brands that represent some great players out here too.
All right, Coach Heck, I know that we've talked about it during the girls' game and throughout the course of the broadcast, just the opportunity, the outreach that the student athletes have a chance to interact in is something that is life-changing. Give us your thoughts. As Ryan alluded to, this is really not about the game. The game is just the fun part. What's the nuts and bolts of this is about learning how they can help kids in the future.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. When I did it on a national level, I had guys like Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, Chris Paul, and watching those guys interact in the McDonald's houses in the various cities we had was phenomenal. And they had the opportunity to see how those things operate. And then I wouldn't agree, because once they get on this court, and once the ball goes up, it's about the game also, man. I mean, they love the game.
Oh, yeah.
What's interesting here is you had a chance to compete against most of these guys. You've had a chance to sit and talk to them and try to recruit them to come to your respective schools. So
right.
You both have had different seats at it. So I'm going to ask you to put on Ryan's hat. If you're recruiting these guys, there's a tremendous amount of talent. You got to take Demezy Anderson off the table because he's going to go to Indiana University and play in the Big Ten. But there's a lot of talent on this group, including one of the guys that you coach.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that Ryan could stand right here and sign 5 or 6 of these guys.
I do a pretty good job. Yeah,
take these guys and play really well in probably the strongest NAIA conference in America. And he knows that, and just to have an opportunity to watch these guys recruit these guys and put his sales pitch. I mean, everybody knows the Lightfoot name in this area.
All right, so you've had a chance to interact with a lot of the high school players as well as the coaches. Tell us about some of the coaches you've had a chance to engage with over the course of the last few
I think
years.
we have really good talent out here as players, and I think that's because we have really good coaches. And you look at our area and the names that we have, but the programs that we have. You look at CMA and the run that they did, and Riley at the run that they did. You know, so many of these coaches did a great job with their groups, regardless of records, developing not only as players, but developing as people. You know, as we had a chance to spend some time with them yesterday, you know, we were with them 5 hours yesterday, which is a great recruiting tool, but it's also just a great opportunity to get to know these kids at a personal level. They're really, really good kids. Yes, they can play and they have talent, but every single one of these kids is a high-character kid that colleges would be lucky to have.
Okay, let's take a look at, you talked about the Bethel brand. Mark Galloway State Championship, Eric Kuhlman's kid at Valparaiso. He's a Bethel guy. Up and down the line, Eric Brand, you know, he was a pretty good player. So it was interesting. In the same gymnasium, we have the #1 all-time leading scorer and the #2 all-time leading scorers teams playing in the same gymnasium in a semi-state situation. We go up and down the line. Ryan Culp, Ryan Bales, just guys who've got players who are on the floor. And of course, Michael Edison, who was just recently named the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association Area Coach of the Year. Boy, the Bethel brand from a basketball coach's perspective is off the charts and really unparalleled. And Kyle Sears, who had a great year.
Right. You know, they don't call it a coaching tree. They call it a coaching forest. And I love that thing just because we have so many players that come through. We have 43 coaches in the state of Indiana right now that came through Bethel's program and are now coaching high school basketball in the state of Indiana. And what I love about that, not only is it that we have that many coaches, but I think what's special about the Bethel brand and Bethel basketball is it's not necessarily about your 4-year investment. They learn so much in their time here that they want to give back. They still leave their school passionate about the game of basketball, and that's what makes this place unique. It doesn't suck the life out of you. It breathes life into you, and then you just want to pour it into other people.
Okay, 2 final questions for you, Ryan. Number 1, the Crossroads League, another national championship. You're going to the NCAA Final Four. Who's your pick to win the Final Four, and what do you think about your league once again bringing home another red banner?
Yeah, well, you know, I think our league, you talk about arguably the best conference in the country. I don't even think it's arguably anymore. I think for us, you just know Indiana Wesleyan and St. Francis, you know, Marion even getting, you know, the 4th team in our league gets to the Elite 8. So for us, it just shows the brand of basketball. For me, it's one of those things, it's a love-hate relationships. You love it because it's a competition every single night. You hate it because those teams are so dang good, but it makes you a better coach. And so for us, we have to be competitive on the national level. If you're competitive in your conference, you're competitive at the national level, and that shows it to there. As for the NCAA, I fly out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to some time away, getting a chance to be in the Final Four. I think Jay Wright's kids are just tough. They play really well. If Raleigh passing away this year, I think it'd be a really special event for them to run the table.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. Have a great trip to the Final Four.
Congratulations,
Coach.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout, come back with more. We've got all kinds of special guests coming up here on the pregame show. We're going to go one-on-one with Alex Daniel, the coach who's going to take care of the gray team today. We're also going to visit with Ryan M., who's coaching the red team. Coach Heck and I'll return with more high school buckets, McDonald's style. I'll have what is it? Big Macs tonight? That's what it is. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. McDonald's would like to thank Ryan Lightfoot and the staff at Bethel College Athletics for their generous support in co-sponsoring the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana All-Star Game. Your partnership is greatly appreciated. Once again, McDonald's restaurants in the Michiana area are proud of to sponsor the Michiana All-Star Game. I spent some time just moments ago with the head basketball coach of the gray team. Spent some time with Alex Daniel and filed this report. The 7th annual McDonald's All-Star Game coming your way here today at Bethel College. Alex Daniel joining us. He's the head coach of the gray team here. Alex, first of all, you know, this is a wonderful event put on not only by McDonald's as well as Bethel College. Just you've been around here to see this thing kind of take a life of its own. What's your thoughts as you get a chance to coach in this game again?
It's just a great opportunity to get to know these guys and to see them perform in front of a lot of people. And we see them throughout the high school year. But it's just a way for us to get to know these guys in our area. They're special basketball players, special people, and it's just a great opportunity for us.
All right, I want you to take us back to yesterday and going to Ronald McDonald House and the looks on the faces of the student athletes as well as some of the coaches who've never been through this experience before. It's really kind of a life-altering situation. You and I, as fathers, we kind of get it because we can just, in our own mind, we can transplant ourselves in that situation. What are those parents kind of going through? So we kind of get it. But for them, they've not had that experience yet, but they certainly plants in their minds woulda, coulda, and hope it never happens, right?
Yeah, I think you get to see these guys interact and gals interact with these kids, and a lot of them you can't tell the difference between them and anybody else. But to see them interact and to see them get involved in such a short amount of time, they definitely give them an impact on those kids, and hopefully it's something those kids can look up to.
Certainly a ton of talent on this basketball team that you're going to get a chance to coach, including a kid who's played in the last 2 All-Star games. His sophomore season, it was kind of a breakthrough. He only had 50. Last year he had 40. The question that Ryan M. wants to know is that can you keep him down below that 40 mark this time around?
Yeah, Demezy's a special player. He obviously he's going to IU, but he has a knack for just putting the ball in the basket. And in this game, that's a big emphasis. So hopefully he has a good night and shoots a good percentage. And like I said, gets some points up on the board for us.
He also got some other great players in this one. Mike Hemingway had a great year. He was a great two-way athlete at Marion High School. Rylan Grundy can absolutely jump out of the gym. He is his upside is totally off the charts. Just a great kid, wonderful student athlete. It's just go up and down your roster. Who else is pretty special?
Yeah, those two that you mentioned, like you said, are good athletes. I'm excited to actually watch Rylan Grundy warm up tonight. It would be a big moment for everyone. But some of these other guys, you talk about Clay Hilliard, Elijah Hales, great basketball players, some system guys, some guys that really know how to play the game. So hopefully they utilize, even though this is an all-star game, they utilize some of their abilities and talents during this game to just make the right plays and get guys good shots. You talk about some other Cade Albers was a guy that stuck out to me yesterday during practice. He can really fill it up, as well as Weston Stage is a big-time athlete around the basket. He's a little raw, but he is a big athlete and has a huge upside.
All right, so the question that everybody wants to know in the building, what's the wager between Ryan M. and Alex Daniels? Is it how many Big Macs you're going to eat in one setting, or are you going to have to eat? What's the deal?
I don't know if that's determined yet, but there's definitely a lot of pride on the line, and we've been talking a lot of smack to each other back and forth. So there's a lot riding on it for sure.
Good to see you, Coach. Congratulations on a great year with Ryan. And Ryan, it was a fun year to hang out with you and the Pilots.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Once again, Alex Daniel will be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Once again, we're broadcasting live here for the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana High School All-Star Basketball Games here at Mike Lightfoot Court. Once again, there's a McDonald's coupon in your program tonight, so stop into any nearby restaurant for great food choices like buttermilk crispy tenders, signature crafted sandwiches, and our McCafe drinks like our new McCafe Turtle Macchiato, both iced and hot, or find an incredible value on McDonald's $1, 2, 3 menus. The 7th annual McDonald's All-Star Classic is here today at Bethel College here on Mike Lightfoot Court. As we move over to the men's side of this matchup, joining us is now the head coach of the red team for McDonald's, is Ryan M., Bethel College men's assistant coach. Ryan, first of all, let's just talk about the opportunity you had a chance to be around the kids at the Ronald McDonald House, and what a great opportunity that was for you and the student athletes.
Yeah, it was a terrific opportunity to be able to do that. Again, like last year, to be able to go there and to spend time with the kids. And we got a good group of kids tonight playing that really put forth a lot of energy and effort with the kids last night, which was pretty big. Good number of kids there at the hospital, kids that are sick, kids that are trying to get over injuries and other things, and be able to just go and give back to them and spend time to them was a big deal for the kids. And then also for our high school kids, kind of understand what that's like, giving back and doing stuff more than just basketball-wise.
More often than not, it's a educational and a moving, sometimes spiritual effect on the student athletes who relatively haven't had any health issues for the most part their whole lives. So a lot of them are seriously changed after going up there.
Yeah, to be able to go and to see kids, especially little kids, go through stuff. I think a lot of our guys come back, a lot of these high school kids come back, and they really realize that maybe they've taken some things for granted up until the point where they're at now at 16, 17, 18 years old. Just to be able to run around and walk and to play basketball and to be able to move injury-free and sickness-free is a big thing. And I think for them it's just really eye-opening and kind of changes their hearts and minds on that stuff.
You've got a wide variety of talent, both underclass as well as senior groups. You've got kids who've won state championships. You've got kids who have had deep postseason runs, and a wide variety of different coaches that coach a wide variety of different ways. And then now you're going to bring in your style. So with only one day to really work with them, how much can you really do or get in place?
I don't think you can really put a lot into it. I think offensively for them, they're just going to kind of play and do their own thing. I think the big thing we're looking at for tonight is how hard a kid's going to play. I think sometimes you get into these situations, and it's easy for kids to be able to just kind of run around and not defend and not rebound. But tonight we're really looking for that. Kids are going to play hard and sit and guard and defend and rebound and share the ball and things like that. So we really didn't put in a lot last night in practice. We just want to see good ball. We want to see guys sharing it. We got to see guys defending and rebounding.
We've seen scores upwards to 148 to 145, and we've seen scores right around the 100 mark. Do you anticipate, especially with your counterpart Alex Daniel on the other side of things, coaching those guys up? Would you expect us to see in the 150s, or is he going to want to hold the ball?
You know, I think he's going to try and get out and run a little bit against us. We'll see how long he can run against us, but I think he's going to try that a little bit. I don't think we're going to get 147 to 144, whatever the score we had is last year. I think it's going to be a little bit lower, probably down into the low hundreds, maybe the high 90s. But we'll see some good ball. We'll see a lot of good offensive sets and movements and things, but I think we're going to see a little bit more on the defensive end tonight.
Final question. Is it really, really hard because there are so many players who they may be playing the 4, the 3-2. They all played a wide variety of different positions in high school. Some guys play with their back to the basket. Some guys just had the ball in their hand the majority of the time. Do you try to keep them in the comfort zone, or you try to push them to a different type of position, maybe a situation that they may not have experienced very much in high school to kind of get them ready to play college ball?
I think for these guys, getting them in their comfort zone is big, but not going to lie, this is really kind of a guard-oriented type of game where your guys are going to want to get out in space, and they're going to want movement, and they're going to want lanes to drive and to pass and to shoot. So kids that like to post with their back to the basket, by all means, can do that. We'll try and get them the ball. But aside from that, I think you're going to see a lot of kids clearing out, a lot of kids trying to go one-on-one and make plays out of that.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this. You're going to have to deal with Demezi Anderson, who scored 50 when he was a sophomore in this game and 40 last year. Hey, nobody's been able to stop him. The only person that stopped Demezi is some kind of sick or illness or something like that over the course of the last 4 years of his spectacular local career. Give us your thoughts on having to try to put the clamps on that. Is that humanly possible, especially when he has the ability to cross the 10-second line and let it rip?
Obviously, Demezi's a great player. I think it's trending in the right direction for us. I mean, he had 52 years ago and 40 last year, so maybe 30 he'll have tonight would be nice. Maybe deducts it by 10 a little bit. But he's a great player. He's going to be tough to guard. We'll throw a lot of guys at him tonight, try and make things difficult for him.
What's the wager between you and Coach Alex Daniel on who wins what?
We don't really have a wager. I'm sure our guys are taking bets on stuff, and I'm sure they got something prepared for us, whether it's running or lifting or doing something. But me and him don't have a wager or a bet. I'm sure our guys do, so we'll have to figure that out before the game, what we got.
Maybe it's a couple extra McDonald's here and there. We'll be back with more of men's action right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
When your child's in the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to leave their bedside.
If we had to leave the hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
The family room was definitely a blessing for us. We needed to be close to our daughter, and it gave us exactly what we needed at that time.
Make a difference in the life of a family when they need it most. Give to the Ronald McDonald House at Memorial Children's Hospital in South Bend. Donate to our new house at loveshinethrough.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. I'm Paul Condry. Glad that you can join us here for the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana High School All-Star Basketball Games here at Bethel College. Alongside Matt Copsey and the coach, Ron Heklinski, the head coach of the Mishawaka Cavemen. Also Mike Fleischman joining us. Tanya Connery and JP Jobert up there in the catbird seat, giving you all the great pictures. Thanks again to Andrew Bowen and Ryan and everybody up there for the great work. All right, let's get this right to it now, if you can. Heck, you got to look at this basketball teams. I don't know if there's an advantage. Each one of these teams are just loaded in talent. When it's all said and done, it's going to come down to matchups. Will anybody play defense? I have no idea where these teams are at right now. But I'll tell you what, this is a legitimate all-star game. You had to coach against most of these guys. And many times you had to game plan against most of these guys. Who's the toughest guy that these coaches are going to have to game plan against?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I mean, everybody knows Demezi. He's great. Shamar Dillard is an outstanding athlete. Grundy's really, really good. But the kid I really, really liked and really didn't know a lot about was Clay Hilliard from Plymouth. Led the state in three-point shooting. And, you know, once you see him play tonight, he gets the ball off so quick, it's not even funny. He's really interesting. Michael Hemingway's a really, really good basketball player. Really hard to get that regional championship. Trey Galopi is just an excellent athlete. So, I mean, you can go down the list and you can find great players. Applegate's really good. Drew Lutz is really good. It's going to be a great game. I think these guys are going to play some defense because they're all well coached and they all have pride and they have a great understanding of how to play the game.
If you're the coach and you've been in this situation where you've had to be able to manage minutes, you had to manage egos. One thing about the girls' game that we saw prior to this, there really wasn't a managing of the egos and all the things going on. That's a completely different dynamic with the boys' games. We're dealing with egos, success ratios, and a wide variety of other interpersonal dynamics.
Yeah, but, you know, these guys know who to defer to. The All-Star games that I've coached, the McDonald's games, the Indiana All-Star game, Deshaun Thomas was Mr. Basketball. Everybody knows who to defer to, and everybody knows who the best players are. And really the smart players will defer to those guys, and then when they have an opportunity to get their own, they will.
All right, pick a player out tonight, Coach, who's the one that is going to be our MVP when it's all said and done.
Well, it depends if Demezy's making baskets. His last couple of rounds of the Indiana State tournament, he didn't shoot the ball well. He was under the weather. If Demezy's making baskets, he'll be the MVP. And then you'll look at guys who will have breakaway dunks, and you'll be amazed. Noah Applegate can score with anybody also.
All right, glad you can join us once again. Glad you can be with us here tonight from Mike Lightfoot Court. Once again, the Ronald McDonald House at Beacon Children's Hospital provides the comforts of homes for families and seriously ill or injured children. Thanks to the generosity of 200 volunteers and community donations, the Ronald McDonald House is able to provide a place for area families to receive a hot meal or a shower, a kind word, and even a bed just a few minutes away from their sick child. The Ronald McDonald House is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all at no cost to the families. Amazing. Thank you for supporting the Ronald McDonald House charities. Also, McDonald's would like to thank Ryan Lightfoot here at Bethel College and the staff at BC for their generous support in co-sponsoring the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana All-Star Games tonight. Your partnership is definitely appreciated. We're going to head on down for our opening announcements, and we're going to do that momentarily. But once again, thanks for joining us. A quick programming reminder. You can join me on Thursday live from Beef O'Brady's for the Coach's Box. Gage All-American will be joining us along with another talented young lady, a pride of Mishawaka High School. Be glad to know that we'll be hearing as well. Let's go on down to
Gentlemen, please remove
Keith
your hats.
For all the details.
The playing of our national anthem performed this evening by the pep band from Mishawaka High School. And now, introducing your 2018 McDonald's Michiana All-Stars. Wearing the McDonald's red tonight and playing for the red team, a senior from LaVille High School, Jacob Good. A junior from Elkhart Memorial High School, Trey Gallup. A junior from Penn, wearing number 11, Drew Lutz. A senior from Pawpaw, wearing number 20, Luke Tolliver. A sophomore from Culver Military Academy, wearing number 24, Deontay Craig. And a senior from Mishawaka High School, wearing number 33, John Binion. And now your starters for the McDonald's red team. A junior from Valparaiso High School, wearing number 0, Brandon Newman. A senior from South Bend, Washington, wearing number 4, Corey McKinney. A senior from South Bend, Riley, wearing number 14, Shamar Dillard. A junior from Culver Military Academy, wearing number 15, Ethan Britton Watts. I think we missed earlier a junior from Valparaiso, number 23, Nathan Ertz. And then a junior from Penn High School, wearing number 30, Noah Applegate. Head coach for the McDonald's red team is Ryan N. The assistant for tonight will be Kyle Thompson. And now introducing your players for the McDonald's gray team. A junior from Northwood High School, wearing number 2, Caden Gongwer. A sophomore from Westview High School, wearing number 5, Charlie Yoder. A junior from Plymouth High School, wearing number 12, Clay Hilliard. A senior from Fairfield High School, wearing number 21, Luke Stevens. A senior from Northridge High School, wearing number 31, Connor Utley. A senior from Elkhart Christian High School, wearing number 32, Weston Sage. And now your starters for the McDonald's gray team. A senior from Mishawaka Marion High School, wearing number 10, Mike Hemingway. A junior from Westview High School, wearing number 13, Elijah Hales. A senior from South Bend Riley High School, wearing number 22, Damizi Anderson. A senior from Westville High School, wearing number 25, Cade Albers. And a senior from South Bend Riley High School, wearing number 34, Rylan Grundy. Coach for the McDonald's gray team tonight is Alex Daniel, assisted by Tanner Shepard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to center court, we're ready to get tonight's action underway. Let's give a big hand for your 2018 McDonald's Michiana All-Stars.
All right, glad you could. Here's this evening. I'm Paul Condry, along with Coach Ron Heklinski, along with Matt Copsey. Up high, Tanya Condry, as well as JP Gilbert. Along the sideline, coming out of stop set near you, Mr. Mike Fleshman. Red team from right to left, gray team from left to right, both representing McDonald's. Glad you can join us on Regional Radio Sports. We're underway. Coach, what's the over-under? Here's that one-hand dunk on an alley-oop for Rylan Grundy. And I guess there's no question about it. The gray will be wearing Bethel on the scoreboard tonight.
I gotta say 300 total points.
With a basketball, Damizi Anderson over the timeline now. Damizi bounce pass over here to Grundy, and he throws it away. First turnover of the ball game for either club. And now it'll be in the ball, and it'll be the hands of Corey McKinney. We just saw Ryan Varga just a moment ago, the head coach of the Washington Panthers. A jump shot from 3 from the near wing. Good for Shamar Dillard. And it's 3-2. Here's a drive, a shot, and an easy score for Elijah Hales, the former Westview star. I shouldn't say former, because he's got another year to go. It's a 4-3 ball game. Over here at the top now, Brandon Newman loads up the jump shot from 3, and he knocks it down. 6-4 in favor of the team wearing the red jerseys.
And again, that college three-point line is nothing to these young players.
Damizi Anderson, three-point shot, ricochets here into the hands of Newman. Newman up quick, the ball stolen by Damizi. Mees over the timeline now. Drives, shoots with the left hand, couldn't get it to go. Now into the hands. Oh, what a bounce pass up court quickly to McKinney. McKinney finds it over to the right side now here to Ethan Britton Watts. Shot no good, but tipped up and in. Here's a drive and a shot, and Damizi is hammered inside. 8-4 ball game. And we got going over here to Mike Fleshman with the coach of the unbelievable, what a run for this Elkhart Memorial team they had. Former Bethel standout. Let's go over here to Kyle Sears.
Coach of Elkhart Memorial, it's Kyle Sears. What's it feel like watching Trey Gallup play in this game on a court that you're a bit familiar with?
it's a lot of fun seeing somebody that you're working with get rewarded with his hard work all year long. And so it's really nice to be back here as well, obviously, and to see him be able to play out here.
Trey Gallup, such an important part of your crew last year. He's coming back. He's a senior. What do you guys have in store for us next year?
Hopefully a lot of effort and a lot of, you'll see a lot of the same hopefully next year as well. They play hard. They get after it every day, and they don't think they're ever out of it. So, hopefully we don't have those cases next year, but we'll give it everything we got again, I know.
Coach Kyle Sears, thank you very much. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, you too.
All right, my main man, Kyle Sears, doing an absolutely spectacular job. Here's a one-hand spinorama by Rylan Grundy. Couldn't get it to go up quickly now. Ball here on the near wing. Here's a quick drive by McKinney inside. The ball goes out of bounds. All right, Coach, you've had about 3.5 minutes to digest some things. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, no one's guarding anybody here, and it's almost like let's throw a lob and let's not get anybody hurt here. But I think they ought to at least start guarding somebody.
I would agree with you. Jump shot by Elijah Hales way off the mark. This is what we've seen from the first 6 games in the series. Coming out of the game now, Shamar Dillard, and now onto the floor will be Nathan Ertz, a 6'6 junior. We saw him play in the regional championship over at Michigan City. Drew Lutz will be checking into the ballgame for the red team. We saw him play over at Penn High School. Here's a jump shot well off the mark by Corey McKinney. Here comes the gray team. Here's Demezy Anderson over the timeline. Now, shake and baked, had it stripped away. Nice job defensively by Ertz to knock it away. Here's a one-hand tomahawk dunk, good for Corey McKinney. And it's now 13-6 in favor of the team wearing the red jerseys. Here's a long three-point shot from the near wing. No good by Albers, but the rebound put up and in by Rylan Grundy, the Riley standout.
Rylan Grundy is probably the best athlete on this court, Paul. He's got a vertical jump that's second to none and can really get up.
Here's a three-point shot. It's an air ball by Brandon Newman. Grundy leading the breakout. Bounce pass over here. Here's the drive. Oh, coming out of nowhere. Brandon Newman says, get that yak out of here.
Brandon Newman can really play. He's a junior, averages 25 points a game for a sectional champion Valparaiso team. Really good player, 6'4", athletic.
Played for Barrett Kuhlman, former Bethel coach, and standout over on the far wing now. Here's Clay Hilliard. Hand it back out to Grundy. Grundy step back triple bucket. And just like that, it is now a 13-11 ball game here at the 16:05 mark. The red team with the lead. Over here on the near side, Nathan Ertz, his jump shot no good. A rebound. Karam's out here now to Albers. Albers, who had a great career at Westville High School. Here's Grundy, right corner. Shot no good. Rebound, tip, nope, no good. And finally, coming out of nowhere to grab the rebound was Clay Hilliard. Over here on the right wing, now here to Luke Stevens. Shot no good. And now here's Applegate leading the 3-on-2 breakout. Applegate, the former Penn standout. There's an alley-oop pass inside and a two-hand dunk for Brandon Newman. 15-11 in favor of the gray team. Back out here to the top. Long three-point shot. Well off the mark by Clay Hilliard. But the offensive putback is up and in by Cade Albers.
That's a rare miss by Clay Hilliard. I think he was either 1 or 2 in the state in three-point shooting percentage.
Here is Applegate on the dribble drive. Leans, couldn't get it to go. Offensive putback, banks it up and in. 15-15 ball game. Or check that, 17-13 ball game. My apologies. And now the ball here on the right wing now, Stevens. Cross-court pass into the deep left corner now to Hilliard. Jump shot from the far wing, good for Hales. And now it is a 17-16 ball game in favor of the red. Deep left corner, Lutz with the triple off the iron. No good, a rebound into the hands of Luke Stevens. Stevens, who also plays baseball at Fairfield High School. Played for Troy Beachy. He had a pretty good career, 1,099 points for Luke Stevens. And we have a timeout on the floor, and we've got Mike Fleshman on the prowl. Our coverage of the McDonald's Michiana All-Star Game being presented in part by our friends at McDonald's. There's a McDonald's coupon in your program tonight, so stop into any nearby restaurant for great food choices like buttermilk crispy tenders, signature crafted sandwiches, and our McCafe drinks, like our new McCafe Turtle Macchiato, both iced and hot. We're finding incredible value on McDonald's $1, 2, 3 menus. There you go. 17-16 in favor of the red team here. And, Coach, you got an impression?
Yeah, a lot of quick threes. People trying to show that they can shoot out here. Not a lot of defense, a lot of transition. We'll see as the game progresses. Maybe the defense will get going a little bit.
All right, let's get some thoughts here now from Ryan M. and Mike Fleischman as they're going to join us here. Go ahead.
Mike Fleischman here with Coach Ryan M. And, Coach, what do you like from your team in these first 6 minutes?
I think we're doing really well, getting out, pushing the ball in transition a little bit, finishing at the rim, sharing the ball as well. Shot selection's been pretty well. We got to guard a little bit better, though. Rebound a little bit better.
Are they playing hard enough for you?
They're playing hard on the offensive end, not super hard on the defensive end yet, so hopefully we get that corrected.
Thank you, Coach M.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Here's a jump shot from the free throw line by Deontay Craig. Craig, the only thing he did last weekend was win a state championship for former Bethel great Mark Galloway. Jump shot on the far wing. Good for Luke Stevens. And we're deadlocked at Jonathan Taze's at 19-all at the 14:05 mark. Deep left corner. Here's a lean in. Now back out here to Trey Gallup. Gallup across the lane, and he scores.
That's what Gallup can do really well. He's athletic. He takes the ball to the rack. He's a tough matchup.
21-19 in favor of the red team. Here's a drive by Hilliard. Kick out on the far wing. A little step back jumper. Good on the far wing. Once again, knocking down the open three-point shot has been at a premium, and Hilliard does it there. 22-21 Gray. Or was that Caden Gongor with the shot, wasn't it? Here's a jump shot off the rim, no good. Here's the offensive putback laid up and in. Nicely done by John Binion. Coach knows all about that guy.
Well, no, that's what John does. John plays solid. John will get offensive and defensive rebounds, and he'll play within himself. And you will remember this guy because he played for St. Francis, DeJavon Sawyer Davis.
Oh, yes.
I coached him at Anderson. He, John Binion is
undersized guy.
A smaller version of DeJavon Sawyer Davis.
Oh, DeJavon Sawyer Davis led St. Francis to their first NEI national championship, and that catapulted Jeff Reckaway to a job up at Northwood University up in Michigan. Here's a three-point shot on the far side by Gongor. No good. And back to the way comes Binion. Binion lost his footing, and he hits the deck hard. The 23-22 red team here in the early going.
John ended his high school career to Penn in the sectional 52-48. John scored 20 points and had 17 rebounds. So he went out on a great note.
Pretty good year for Coach Hex. Came in 14 wins and 9 losses on the ledger, including a regular season win over arch rival Penn. There's a bounce pass over here to Lutz. Lutz hits the trailer. Gallup shot well off the mark, and the ball goes out of bounds and near the concession stand. And back into the game now for the red team will be Shamar Dillard, the 6'5 senior who played for Eric Brand. And what a year the Riley Wildcats had, all the way to the semi-state, where they lost to the eventual state runner-up, the Carmel Greyhounds. There's a pull-up jumper by Stevens, no good. The rebound into the hands of Dillard. Dillard will lead the breakout. Dillard stops. Top of the circle pass here to Gallup. And then back to Dillard. Dillard will launch the jump shot hard off the iron, and it's tracked down by the gray team. Now pushing it up. Oh, here's a rocket pass inside now to Gongor, and he scores. Just like that, it is a 24-23 ball game. Here's Dillard with a little step back move on the far side. Now he comes right back. Got a pull up 19-footer. Bucket! My, tough shot by Shamar Dillard, 25-24.
I mean, really an athletic player. If he's on any other team, he's probably averaging 20 points a game himself.
Here's a ball at the top of the ring now. Weston Sage launches the triple and knocks it down. The former Elkhart Christian star.
Played for the former Bethel player Ryan Culp. Great player.
Well, I tell you what, had a really good year, 19-7.
John Binion steps out and looks at me after he makes that three and says, Coach, I told you I could shoot that.
I could shoot that ball. Knew you were going to say that. 28-27. There's a shot in and out. Now the red team with the ball. Did he have the green light anytime he wanted to shoot, Coach?
He had the green light to do anything he wanted to do because he was just a warrior.
There's a drive inside and a score. Trey Gallup, the 6'1 junior. with a strong power move down the right baseline. And we'll have a line change for both basketball squads here, ladies and gentlemen. As going to the line will be Trey Gallup. Boy, what a year. 14.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Kyle Sears' club came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere to win that Elkhart Regional or the Elkhart Sectional and then really take South Bend Riley down to the wire in the regional championship game.
There's the ball ricocheted out on the perimeter now. Mike Hemingway, what a great athlete he is. Played a football player for Reggie Glahn, also for, there's a jump shot here at the top. In and out, rattles it in from Weston Stage. Hemingway, Berger, and Glahn, 2 guys who have won a lot of games. Here's a drive inside, a little shovel to Jacob Good, and the 3-point star scores. 32-27. Here's a triple coming away on the near wing. Good. Connor Utley, the 5'9" senior who prepped at Northridge, gets his club back within a pair, 32-30. And the ball comes out here on the perimeter on the miss long shot. Out to the top now, Corey McKinney. Handing off here. Oh, a nice little shovel inside. Nice block shot by Charlie Yoder, the 6'0" sophomore from West. The ball on the far side, wing, double team. Kick back out here to the top now to Utley. Utley on the drive. Out here to the near side to Gongwer. Gongwer shot way off the mark. Rebound to the red team, and then a foul call on Weston Stage, the 6'4" senior from Elkhart Christian.
Caden Gongwer had a great career at Northwood High School. Is only a junior. Northwood won 18 games. Aaron Wolf's an outstanding coach. And his dad, Todd, coached at Bethel College.
Yes, he did. A big part of the Bethel tree. Of course, wrote one of the greatest books I've ever read, Lead for God's Sakes, and I would recommend it to everyone. Here's a drive inside and a score for Corey McKinney.
I've read it 3 times, Paul.
One of the best of all time.
Amazing.
We bought 50 of them last year to give away to coaches and friends at our football banquet, the Gritties. And that's on the game plan this year. Back the other way, Dillard, pull up, shot no good, a rebound. Ricochets into the hands of Hales. Hales bounce pass to the right side to Albers. Albers to the goal for the layup. 34-32 ball game, 9:12 to go. We got a next dead ball. We'll get on out with Mike Fleshman. He'll get another interview. 36-32. And now the great team with the ball as they come over the timeline now. Cade Albers, Westview, 1,412 career points. Here's a shot no good, but put up and in on the follow. 38. I'll check that, 36-34, my apologies. And now with the ball at the top now, McKinney. Pull up 19-footer straight on, no good. Rebound up court quickly on the breakout now. Hemingway. Step back, 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of the red team. Here is Applegate leading the breakout. Passing it up here to McKinney for the 2-hand flush.
Corey McKinney, really athletic guard, South Bend, Washington.
There's a drive and a shot, and no good. Now it's 38-34 in favor of the red team. There's a steal, great team. There's Demese with a layup. 38.
I think the crowd wanted to see Demese hammer that a little bit.
All right, let's get on over there and get a quick interview with Mike Fleshman. 38-36 our score here. We got to get a thought here from Mike Fleshman as he's going to be on the move. Our coverage of today's 7th annual Michiana All-Star Game presented by McDonald's is brought to you in part by our friends here at Bethel College. And once again, McDonald's like to thank Ryan Lightfoot and the staff at Bethel College for their generous support and co-sponsoring the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana All-Star Game. Their partnership greatly appreciated. Let's go on over now here to Mike Fleshman.
Here with Coach Alex Daniel of the Gray team. Coach, what do you like from your team? What do you want to see more of?
I'd like to see more defense, but I don't know how much I can ask out of the guys. They're playing hard. They're getting the ball down the floor. They're sharing the ball pretty well, so I'm happy with their effort so far.
What is, does Ryland Grundy have something up his sleeve for us today?
I think Ryland's got a lot up his sleeve. I don't know what all we'll see tonight, but he's a pretty impressive athlete. He's capable of doing a lot of things out there on the floor.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, no problem.
Once again, Alex Daniel getting some love out there from our roving reporter, Mike Fleischman, doing a wonderful job in his debut here at the All-Star Game. He was a big part of our award-winning tournament success over in Northwest Indiana as he did his prep work, if you will, and his internship coming from DePaul with our good friend and Hall of Famer Mike Knezovich. Here's a pull-up shot from the left elbow. Tipped up and in on the dunk by Brandon Newman as he comes out of nowhere with the flush. Now it's a 40-36 ball game.
There will absolutely be no blockouts in this game. So if you start at the top of the key, you will get some tip dunks tonight.
Here's Cade Albers driving with a score. Wasn't flashy, but the last time I checked, Ron, it's still worth two. Pull-up jump shot here from McKinney, well off the mark. Rebound into the hands of Newman. Newman back out here on the near wing. Ethan Britton watch shot caroms into the corner where it's tracked down by Cade Albers. Albers now will. Former Westfield Blackhawk goes to Grundy. Here is a drive and a score. 42. No, check that, 40-40, excuse me. And now the Gray team with an opportunity to take the lead. Up court quickly. Here's a lob inside to Demezi. Back out here, throws it away. Corey McKinney on the right wing now. Corey on the dribble drive, shovels it into the Gray bench. And it'll be Red basketball. Well, one thing Matt Copsey in the early stages, Demezi Anderson's not going to score 50 tonight.
No, he's got 2, but Grundy has 11 to lead the way for the Gray. Albers has 8. Taking a look, Brandon Newman with 10 to lead the way. Shamar Dillard with 7 for the Red team.
Long three-point shot, well off the mark by Cade Albers. Here's a steal by Hemingway. Michael on the right wing. Looking, skip, sent it to the far side to Demezi. Demezi on the drive, stops, looks, ball reversal back out. No, he'll hang on to it. Demezi, long three, good. As soon as I say that, Demezi says, shut up, Paul. 43-40.
Yeah, he can score in bunches, obviously.
I still think that he is feeling the bit of the sickness that really derailed him in the postseason. That's just my observation, Matt. What do you think?
I think, you know, he's probably not exerting as much effort as he would in a Riley game tonight, but I think he's just here to have fun. I think that's what his main objective is tonight.
With the basketball at the top now. Newman, triple, rattles in and out. Rebound, Ryland Grundy. Up court quickly now here to Hemingway. Michael lobs it inside. No, he's going to shoot the three. And Hemingway said that was an alley-oop pass that turned into a triple. 46-40. Now, the Gray team with the lead over the Red.
Yeah, they're on a 10-0 run right now.
There's a jump shot from the far corner, no good. And up court quickly, Demezi with the two-hand flush. 48-40, Mees with 5 points in just about a minute or so.
I think Demezi got himself back in this game a little bit.
Here's Applegate with a left-hand dunk attempt, goes hard off the iron. Rebound ricochets out here. Grundy up court quickly. Here's Mees, lobs it inside, and a two-hand dunk attempt by Hemingway is off the mark. Over here on the left side, here is a drive and a score for Nathan Ertz, the Valparaiso star. 48-42. Mees with a three, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Red. Lutz up court quickly now to Applegate. Lobs it inside to who? Mees throws it inside, and it's kept alive for the Red team. Now Applegate in the corner. Triple, good.
I don't think Noah Applegate is throwing too many lob passes, to be honest with you. He's used to catching them or shooting it.
48-45, the Gray team with the lead now. Long triple on the way, no good for Hemingway. And now the Red team with an opportunity to grab that, a tie if they can score three. Here's a drive and a shot and a foul called on the Gray team. 48-45 Gray team, 4:07 to go. We've got Mike Fleischman on the move somewhere. I've lost track of him.
He's sitting over there with Ryan Bales.
All right, there we go. Let's go on over here to...
Here with head coach Ryan Bales of Plymouth, out here with Clay Hillard, a junior who averaged 17.4. What are you feeling watching him play in this McDonald's Michiana All-Star game?
Well, obviously he puts in a lot of time and tremendous shooter for us this past season. So just a great honor. I mean, he's in a great field of players here and a lot of great talent out here. So again, in talking to him the last week or so, he's been very grateful to have the opportunity.
Give us a sneak peek of next year. He's coming back as a senior, and you're back here where you went to college. What's the future got in store for both of y'all?
Well, we lose a couple key seniors, but we have with Clay, we'll definitely build around him and a couple other nice seniors to go along with him, and we always hope to play tough, hard-nosed basketball, and we aren't going to be as talented as these guys out here, but or athletic, but we would sure like to see some of that. But we're excited. Plymouth's a great basketball community, and it's been a great fit for us, and I'm excited to have Clay around for another year as well.
Coach Bales, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the game.
Hey, thank you.
All right, thanks again to Ryan Bales, one of the all-time greats. There's a three-point shot in the far corner, good for Clay Hilliard. How about that for being on cue? 54-46, favor of the Gray. Red team, here's Lutz with a three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken away here by the Gray. Here's Connor Utley. Stopped on the dribble, ball reversal to the Clay Hilliard. Hilliard shot way off the mark, rebound into the hands of John Binion. Ron Hicklinski's star at Mishawaka drives inside and scores the power move. 54-48. 2:39 to go. Here is the ball here to Grundy. Grundy triple off the rim. Ricochets into the corner. The hands of Ertz. Up court quickly. Binion to the goal. And he was hammered by, was that Connor Utley got a hand in there?
Yeah, I think it was. But the thing I like about John in this game so far is he's not doing things he can't do. He's playing within himself, and he's doing things that has made him a first-team NIC player. And that's what, when I coached All-Star games, I tried to tell guys, try and do things that you can do, that you've done in your high school career.
There's a pass out here on the perimeter now. Jacob Good gives way. Now to the top, drive down the lane by Binion. And John doing what he does. He gets to the line. He's made a living there for you, Coach.
Yeah, no, that's how he plays, and I'm really proud of him from the standpoint that he's not trying to do anything that he can't do. He averaged about 9 rebounds a game, 13.5 points a game. So he's actually making a good showing for himself out here tonight.
54-48 in favor of the gray team. Red team trying to come back. What do you see in his future for Mr. John Binion?
Yeah, he's looking at some schools. You know what? When schools recruited Dejavon Sawyer-Davis, they would watch him in layup lines, and he couldn't dunk the ball. Everybody else on the All-Star teams were dunking the ball, and Day couldn't dunk the ball. So people would say, man, he can't play. It's the same deal with John. He doesn't dunk the ball, but he can play. And so some coach will see that. Some coach will want an undersized post player like him.
Well, I'll tell you what, we saw it at Holy Cross, Matt Copsey. They talk about undersized post players. They have one over there. And Jameer Washington, who had a sensational year for the Saints. There's a drive and a shot and a score for Trey Gallup. And just like that, it's a 54-51 ball game as the Red making a late run here in the early stages of the first half.
Yeah, Jameer was someone who was a JV player to the end of his junior year and then worked himself into a double-double as a senior.
Nathan Ertz misses a layup. Now the great team will try to come back in transition. Hilliard up court quickly, and there's an easy layup here for Connor Utley, making it 56-51, favor of the Gray. Over the timeline now on the crossover is Craig. Craig to the goal, and he scores! 56-53, Deontay Craig. The last time he put the basketball on the floor was at the field house, and he won a state championship for Coach Galloway and company.
Coach Galloway is a great coach, great friend of mine. I'm really, really happy for him.
No question about it. Here is Craig to the goal, and he was hammered with 1:04 to go in this first half of play. And really what a neat story, because if you look at what Mark's done, his son is a talented sophomore, maybe one of the best sophomores in the Hoosier State. He's going to make a serious run because they got some solid kids coming back.
Well, they had, basically they have their whole team coming back. They had one senior that came off the bench, but they have their whole team coming back. So obviously they're poised to maybe win again. But next year they're moving up to 4A.
Right. Keep in mind also that that CMA win was the first championship ever won by an athletic team out of Culver Academy. And with the exception of the hockey programs, which has been nationally one of the best, 56-53.
I will say this, George Steinbrenner's probably dancing up and wherever he's at. He's probably dancing, right?
He is. He would be. Absolutely. Here's a free throw up and in for Deontay Craig, making it now 56-54 with 1 minute to go. Here's a ball into the far corner. Screened out of the way, couldn't see who took the shot. And now here's a drive and a dunk by Dillard, making it now 56-56 here with 45 seconds to go. Here's a power move inside and a block on Binion. Now they're going to call foul on the big fella.
That's the first foul whistled on the red team with 41 seconds to go in the first half. Coach just looked at me and rolled his eyes.
Yeah, you know, and obviously it's a combination of two things. They're not playing much defense, and the Grays shooting before they have a chance to get fouled.
And the free throw off the mark, and no good. And one more opportunity. Stay tuned right here at the halftime break. We'll be visiting with Jay Okayama from McDonald's, the owner-operator who has played an important part along with the legendary Dave Sparks in putting this game into existence. Second free throw, no good. And with a basketball here, Corey McKinney hits the trailer now. Binion lost the handle on the drive as Caden Gonwer didn't give him a lane to run in.
Nice defense, and I mentioned that word for the first time probably, but nice defense by Caden of moving his feet and taking the straight line drive to the basket away.
Some serious smack being passed along here by Tanner Shepard and Kyle Thompson, a pair of Bethel seniors who are now assistant coaches. There's the ball into the hands of Utley. Long triple off the rim, no good. A rebound into the hands of Shamar Dillard. Dillard driving to the goal, and that'll be 2 free throws for Dillard as that'd be a foul on Connor Utley, the 5'9" senior from Middlebury.
Shamar Dillard is he's long, he's athletic, he can push the ball. Averaged 9 points a game for Riley this year, but averaged 9 points a game because they had so many players and the minutes were divided. I thought Eric Brand did a great job of dividing minutes and putting kids in different roles this year.
And at the charity stripe will be Dillard, and he knocks it down, making it a 57-56 lead now for the red team.
If I would tell you that Shamar Dillard in his senior year would average 9 points and 3 rebounds a game, you would say that's impossible because of his athleticism.
Second free throw good again. It's now 58-56. And it's interesting in this particular game, the Gray team won last year, 148. Here's a lob inside and a two-hand flush. Oh my! Shamar Dillard with the dunk, making it 60-56 for the red team. Here is a shot from half court, well off the mark. 20 minutes are in the book, 60-56, our score here at the intermission. Once again, McDonald's would like to thank Ryan Lightfoot and the staff at Bethel College Athletics for their generous support and co-sponsoring the game here today. And we'll get some thoughts here momentarily from some of our coaching friends, and we'll do that right after this timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad that you can join us here. And we're courtside on Mike Lightfoot Court. Jay, come on over this way. We got JP Jobert and China Condry up there. We're trying to get everything together. First of all, as the owner-operator here at McDonald's, and to see this thing, the vision that you and Dave Sparks put together over the course of the last 7 years, to come to fruition and to be the game that has been, in addition to having Mike Lightfoot, Ryan Lightfoot, combine their skills and talents, you've got to be a proud father in all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up. I didn't know what to expect. You know, this is my first game in the 7 years that it's been going on, but I couldn't be more proud to be here to represent my fellow operators in the community to put on such a great event. You know, the talent in the Michiana area is really unbelievable. The girls' game and now the guys, pretty exciting, and it's just a great opportunity for you know, the Michiana community to come together to celebrate the talent of these high school athletes. Their talent's unbelievable.
You know, the really star of the show has to be the night before, when the student athletes and the coaches get a chance to go to Ronald McDonald House and see how the other half lives for all intents and purposes. As a father, I can tell you right now, I can picture myself in my own mind what it would be like to have one of my 6 kids to be in that situation and not knowing, first of all, the thought of not knowing what's going to happen, but to have someone who cares so much that they're willing to volunteer, to give up their resources to make a difference in a human being's life. The mission, if you will, of the Ronald McDonald's charities is second to none in America.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I was there last night, and again, to watch the student athletes spend time with families at the house and play with the kids, you know, just watching them give back to the community was something else. They were naturals at it. They helped with the Easter egg hunt. They helped color. They were playing basketball. They were playing games. And like I said, it's just, my fellow operators have the same sentiment. We're all very supportive of what the Ronald McDonald House does for the community. And we, you know, this is not the only event, you know, certainly that Ronald McDonald House Charities, you know, does to raise money. But certainly all the volunteers and the people that run the organization, it's an unbelievable thing going on there.
And McDonald's has become a multi-generational thing for many of us who grew up. It's been a post-game thing for Tanya and I as we do the Bethel games here to head over to McDonald's after the games. And it's been like that for so many people. And, of course, the student athletes love it. The menu is always expanding, all kinds of new initiatives going on. What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Right now, it's the quarter pounder with cheese, but you know that changes from week to week.
All right, there you have it. Jay joining us here from our broadcast location. Once again, thanks to our amazing friends at McDonald's for their amazing support of this worthwhile event. Jay, thanks so much.
Happy to be here.
All right, we'll be back with more of high school basketball, the 2018 Michiana McDonald's All-Star Game. Once again, we'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union, financial solutions. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Let's go over to Matt Copsey, and he'll give you an update on the scoring in the first half of play. Take it away, Hall of Famer.
Thanks, Paul, for the red team. Brandon Newman, 4 of 7 from the field for 10 points. Corey McKinney, 3 of 8 from the field for 6 points. Shamar Diller, 5 of 7 from the field, 2-2 from the free throw line, 13 points. Ethan Britton Watts, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 points. Noah Applegate, 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points. Jacob Good, 1 of 1 from the field, 2 points. Trey Gallup, 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 6 points. Drew Lutz, 0 of 4 from the field. Nathan Ertz, 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 points. Devontae Craig, 2 of 2 from the field for 5 points. And John Binion, 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 8 points. Red team was 25 of 54 for 46%, 5 out of 21 from three-point range for 24%. They were 5 out of 10 from the free throw line for 50%. For the Gray, Michael Hemingway, 1 of 5 from the field for 3 points. Elijah Hales, 2 of 4 from the field, 5 points. Demezy Anderson, 4 of 9 from the field, 9 points. Cade Albers, 3 of 5 from the field, 6 points. Rylan Grundy, 5 of 8 from the field, 11 points. Charlie Yoder, 0 of 3 from the field. Clay Hilliard, 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points. Luke Stevens, 2 of 4 from the field for 6 points. Connor Utley, 2 of 6 from the field for 5 points. And Weston Stage was 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line for 3 points, excuse me. The Gray team was 23 of 56 for 41%, 10 out of 33 from three-point range for 30%, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. 36 total rebounds for the Red team. Leading the way was Newman with 7, 32 for the Gray team, 5 apiece for Albers, Grundy, and 7 for Weston Stage. They had 6 assists for the Red team. Leading the way was Gallup, who had 2, 13 for the Gray team, 3 apiece for Hilliard and Hemingway, 6 turnovers for the Gray, 7 for the Red, 2 block shots for the Red team, both 1 for Newman, 1 for Dillard, 3 steals, all for McKinney, 1 block for the Gray team, that belonging to, trying to find it here, Hemingway, and then 3 steals, 2 for Hemingway, 1 for Anderson.
All right, now joining us here at the intermission alongside Mike Fleshman, we got Ryan Vargas, coach at South Bend, Washington, Barrett Coleman here from Valparaiso. All right, Ryan, first of all, McKinney's here with your grouping. Your thoughts on your guys, your season. What do you think about things on the west side?
Wasn't too bad for a first season at the helm. The guys played really hard. We had a nice run at it. Some things didn't go our way, but really excited about our sophomores next year and some of our juniors coming back, and should be pretty interesting over the summer.
Barrick, obviously from your guys' perspective, you had a chance to go head-to-head with Kyle Sears in the regional championship. Certainly didn't turn out the way you want, but it was a great opportunity. A lot of Bethel love on that Saturday, I remember, in Michigan City, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fun day. Unfortunately, somebody had to lose, somebody had to win. Got to give Kyle a lot of credit. His guys played really hard. Was proud of our guys. We had a great season, really enjoyed it, and really grew as a team.
Well, certainly you got a couple good stars here today, and obviously everybody in the world's going to know about Brandon Newman if they haven't heard it already. And the Arts kid is really a kind of a rising star in his own right. Talk about those 2 boys who are competing here today for you.
Well, bottom line is they're both outstanding young men. They're extremely fun to coach. They play extremely hard, and they make the guys around them better. So obviously Brandon has played well, had 25 points a game this year for us, and led us as a junior, made the core all-star team. But Nate is a kid that he doesn't know how good he can be. He's really just scratching the surface, averaged 15 points a game for us this year, and the sky's the limit for him. So both of them I'm extremely proud of and excited to have him back another year.
Coach Heck has coached this game at the national level. He coached LeBron James in the McDonald's game nationally. He's wanting to know why nobody's playing any defense. Why do you think that is? Barrett, let's start with you.
I think Coach Lightfoot was in charge of shell drill this week, and he must have left that out.
Okay. Ryan, what's your thought? Why nobody play any defense?
The media doesn't cover defense.
We're here. I'm here every day.
The news film wants all dunks and the top 10s and the highlight of the night. So,
congratulations, boys, on a great year. Welcome back. Good to see you. Well, once again, Barrett Coleman had a sensational time when he was here at Bethel, and of course, Ryan Barker, who played in some of the camps here when Mike Lightfoot was coaching many, many years ago. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back with more of the 2018, the 7th annual McDonald's All-Star Game right here from Bethel College.
From every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title.
Did you know that Gates Toyota has over 100 certified pre-owned at one Southside location? Just over the hill from high prices at Gates Toyota. Not just the prettiest dealership in Michiana, also the prettiest cars.
Gates knows. Now you know.
Get ready to get back after it here today from Bethel College. Coach Heck, you've had a chance to stare over those numbers real quickly before we go to our next interview. What jumps off the stat sheet to you?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what jumps off. 21 three-point attempts by the red team and 33 three-point attempts by the gray team. I'd like to see him come down, move the ball a little bit, maybe get the ball inside, maybe take the ball to the rack and get some of those highlight dunks Ryan Varga was talking about. The rebounding's pretty good, 36-32. And actually the score is really competitive, 60-56. I said 300 total points maybe. I don't think we're going to get there, but nonetheless, I think it's going to be a great game.
All right, now joining us here on the broadcast, let's go over to Mike Fleshman. He's got an interview. I tell you, this guy has done nothing less than win everywhere he has gone. He is the head coach of Elkhart Christian High School. Ryan Culp, another Bethel guy. And as the voice of the Bethel Pilots here for the last 20 years, you can never talk enough BC hoops.
Mike Fleischman here with Elkhart Christian coach Ryan Culp. Ryan, Weston Sage here. What does it feel like to be watching Weston in this game here?
You know, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of coaches here tonight, players, and just fun to sit here and watch him be a part of this honorable moment of all these high school players that have earned an opportunity to play in front of a great crowd tonight and have a lot of fun doing it.
We've been asking coaches as they come through here. I'll ask you as well. Where do you think the defense went tonight?
Well, it wasn't even existing at the beginning, so maybe they'll play a little bit more this half. Maybe in the last few minutes as it gets a little bit down to the wire, I think maybe they'll play a little bit harder. It'd be nice to see, but at the same time, these guys are having fun watching each other offensively too.
Ryan, one of the things that jumps off the page at me, and Ryan talked about it in our open, was that there are 43 former Bethel basketball players that are cemented in the roots of Indiana high school basketball. And if you just look in the Michiana area alone, it's an unbelievable tree that comes from the Mike Lightfoot era. Give us your thoughts on what Mike has done throughout over the course of his career, and he's still doing to this day with his ministry, the Nation of Coaches.
Right. Well, you're right. You know, he continues his ministry now in his new position, but as a coach, he recruited a lot of great guys, a lot of area players, and some from outside the area, but he went hard after guys locally, and I think that brought a lot of attention, a lot of fans, and a lot of successful times too, and he's continued to build on that. Even now that he's done coaching, he continues to build godly people up in different ways and to assist coaches along the way as well.
Did you find yourself on Friday and Saturday nights looking at the box scores, or even when the tournament rolled around and you saw some of your schoolmates having success in the postseason? It had to make you feel real good.
That's a lot of fun. You know, you start all rooting for each other, you know, especially in tournament time. You want to see each other do well, your area teams and coaches do well, and it's a lot of fun as a community to come together in that.
Great to see you again, and
Good
thanks for stopping by. Once again, what a spectacular job he has done at Elkhart Christian, Ryan Culp. Let's get some final thoughts here from Coach Heck as we get ready to. Will we play a couple minutes of defense? Maybe one possession of defense, Coach?
I think in the second half they may, because they'll look at the score depending on what the score is, because they all have a lot of pride and they all want to win this game. This is for bragging rights out on the courts, you know, in the city of South Bend and Michiana. I don't know if you knew this, but Ryan Culp resigned from Elkhart Christian to be able to spend more time with his family.
A noble situation. Another coach I know resigned his position as a high school coach at one time and decided that he needed to do those kind of things and take care of some priorities. It's the guy I'm sitting next to.
Yeah, no, I think that, you know, that's always big when you make those decisions in your life. And the guy you're sitting next to couldn't stay out of it because he missed it a whole lot. And I'm back home. I'm back in the Bend, coaching some hoops, sitting next to you, talking about hoops, man.
Yeah, really good stuff. I appreciate you being here. We missed you this year. All right, the red team back out onto the floor. They're going to have Applegate. They'll also be joined out there by Corey McKinney, Shamar Dillard. He'll be also joined out there by Ethan Britton Watts and Noah Applegate. Gray team is going to come back with the same group I believe we saw to begin with. Elijah Hales, Mike Hemingway is out there, Demezi Anderson, Kate Albers, and Rylan Grundy. And here's the ball into the hands of Corey McKinney. McKinney moving from left to right. Now over the timeline at the point. Crosses over, pulls up, and shoots the 20-footer, and it grazes the side of the iron. No good. Now here's Demezy Anderson over the timeline now. Mees back at the top now, still on the look. He's going to come around to screen. Mees still on the look, launches the triple well off the iron. And now on the breakout, here is Shamar Dillard, deep right corner. Dillard, jump shot left hand, no good. Rebound, weak side rebound, put up an ace in nicely by Brandon Newman.
Brandon Newman can just flat score the ball. He can shoot it on the perimeter. He's a great leaper. He's a great slasher. Really, really good high school player.
Here's Mike Hemingway on the dribble with those blue shoes, puts up the 18-footer, no good. Newman the rebound. Newman, what a year, 25 points, 9 rebounds, a block, an assist, and a steal in every ball game he played. Back out here to the top now. McKinney slashes it over here to the left side, and Newman finishes again, making it 64-56. Here's a jump shot from 18 left side. Rylan Grundy lights the lamp, making it 64-58. 18:38 to go here in the half. Here's Applegate, kick out here to the right side. Dillard, shot well off the rim, no good. Rebound on the breakout. Here is Grundy with the one-hand, left-hand tomahawk dunk.
I mean, he's just so much of an easy jumper. I mean, no effort, just goes up. God-given talent.
Here's Applegate at the top of the ring now. One-on-one here against Hales. Launches the jump shot. Long rebound comes to Hales. Hales on the breakout to Mees. Demezy with the right-hand dunk. No, comes back out long. 15-footer. Good for Cade Albers. 64-62 red. Applegate right wing. Hits the trailer. Now here's the ball in the hands of Britton Watts. He loads up the triple and knocks it down. Another Culver Academy star.
Watts had a nice weekend
62.
last week.
Yes, he did. 17:48 to go. Jump shot Hemingway, no good. Red team in action. McKinney slices through the defense. Around the back to Applegate for the two-hand flush.
Applegate and Drew Lutz will be a formidable combination for Penn next year. They have 4 of their starters back, and they should be really good next year.
Hemingway at the top, drives down the lane, had it slapped away, veers out to the corner, into the hands of Albers. His jump shot no good now. Brandon Newman gives way to Applegate. Applegate on the left-hand dribble, goes into the corner now to McKinney. McKinney down the lane with a finger roll, and he was fouled.
Rylan Grundy got him, and Rylan looked at him and said, "You ain't dunking over me, man."
It's about the defending territorial space, Coach.
That's playground right there. You ain't dunking. Now, I know that's not the right English, and I do have very good vocabulary, but that's playground. You ain't dunking over me, man.
No posters sold here, right?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Demezy coming out of the ball game along with Mike Hemingway. A pair of new ones for the Gray. Connor Utley's back in the game now, and he'll be joined out there. Also, I believe coming in the ball game is Luke Stevens. 70-62, our score.
Imagine what those Riley practices were like, where you got Shamar Dillard, Rylan Grundy, Demezy going at each other every day in practice.
Well, I went to one of those practices to see Eric Brand. Of course, Eric worked for me, Coach, as you well know, for a year. As a matter of fact, it was 2006 when we rebranded the Indiana Football Digest. Here's a reverse layup and a score for Cade Albers. It's now 70-64, and they were intense practices. They were up and down the floor, and it was a sight to behold.
Yeah, you talk about Bethel basketball. How can you not talk about Bethel basketball and mention Eric Brand?
All-time leading scorer, one of the top rebounds, I believe number 2 in rebounding. There's a ball over here on the left side. Nice play by Hales athletically to keep it alive. Hales for 3, and he's going to get 3 free throws as Lutz fouled him from beyond the arc.
Speaking of good programs, Rob Yoder at Westview has one of the best programs in the area at the 2A level, and Hales, a 6'4" junior, averaged 15 points a game. They got beat in the semi-state. Many projected them to be in the state championship game.
What an amazing run by Warren Central, winning the girls' state championship and the boys' state championship. It hadn't happened, I think, since was that Matty? Was it the Oregon Davis teams?
2007.
Yeah. So free throw good here. And now trying to make it the trifecta will be Elijah Hales.
Chris Brand and Chris Byers, the head coach at Warren Central, were both guys that played under J.R. Holmes at Bloomington South.
Oh.
And when you play under J.R. Holmes, you learn basketball.
Yeah, one of the all-time, correct me if I'm wrong, Ron, I'm thinking top 5 all-time leading win leaders in Indiana basketball history.
Without question, without question.
And I tell you what, I was at the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame All-Star or Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Wednesday to see my good friend Bob Lovell be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and just to sit and listen to the stories. The guys talking about the Wigwam and places where you grew up. Oh, here's Lutz with a round-the-back pass. It's tracked down in the corner by Watts. Over here to the left side of the lane, and Gallup scores the easy layup, 72-66. It was a great time had by all with all those stories circulating through there. Here's a drive, a shot, and a score and a fouls call. Nice play by Connor Utley. I think one of the most entertaining things here has to be the back and forth between Kyle Thompson and Tanner Shepard. This time, we're going to get Kyle Thompson, Bethel senior, and we're going to interview him coming out of the time. I'll just grab him in there, if you will, Mike, so you can get some thoughts in here. These two guys went after it in practice for who knows how many times over the course of the last 4 years, and it's good to see them competing out there in this game.
Speaking of Alex Daniels, I mean, Alex Daniels was a great high school basketball player at Muncie Central. Beat my teams at Anderson probably twice by himself. Great high school basketball player.
As we'll take the time out here, 15:40 to go. And once again, I want to thank our friends at McDonald's for their great support. And they would like to thank Ryan Leifert and the staff at Bethel College Athletics for their generous support of co-sponsoring the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana All-Star Games. As we're going to get some thoughts here from Kyle Thompson. So come on over here. All right, let's get some thoughts here. One of the funniest things going on here has to be the back and forth between Kyle Thompson and Tanner Shepard. What's the wager on this one, KT?
I don't know. I didn't really want any wager. I just want to win. Then I got to listen to him back in the room. We roomed together, so I don't want to hear it from him. I lost last year, so I'm just trying to get a win so I don't have to hear it from him.
How much fun did you have this year, your last year at Bethel College?
A lot of fun. Another 20-win season, another trip to the national tournament, but more importantly, just realizing all the laughs with the guys, and it's been different now that basketball's been over, and I already missed it a little bit with the guys, so it was great.
You have to feel very, very good for your class. 100 career wins, the 20th class in the history of Bethel College. That's something you can take with you forever.
Yep. I mean, we talked about it before, Paul. Just you never think about those wins until you're done with it, and now you're looking back on 100-plus wins, and but it just shows the hard work, all 4 of us, and the guys that aren't even here anymore that were still in our class and have been here, we played with. So it's a testament to everybody that's ever been through here in this program.
Good luck. I hope you get the revenge here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
KT, Kyle Thompson, and what a year he had coming out of the South. Here's a jump shot. Our score is 72-70. And coming on the breakout, here is Albers for the left-handed layup. 72-72 ball game here at the 14:40 mark.
If this was a regular season game, Drew Lutz would have taken a charge. He took so many big charges for Penn this year.
Here's Lutz with the ball at the top, comes out here to the top of the ring to Gallup. Trey back it in, drives down the right, and scores. And just like that, it's a 74-72 Red lead. Ball here on the left side now, Clay Hilliard around the back dribble, and he had it knocked out of bounds by John Binion, or did I think Binion may have knocked it off of him, actually.
JP playing a little D, Paul. Playing just a little D today.
More than we can say for anybody else, I'll say that. Here's Lutz walking it up. His brother is Going to be playing in the senior season here at Bethel College for his first 2 years at Holy Cross. Here's JB to the goal, and he scores! John Binion gives his club a 76-72 lead. That makes Coach Ron Hicklinski, his high school coach, a happy camper.
Yeah, nice little post move. I mean, doing what he does.
One of my highlights of my broadcast season was to be able to broadcast that Mishawaka Penn game over at the Palace and to see my broadcast partner get a big win. And I remember the emotions of that game. Afterwards, you were the happiest camper in the...
Well, I felt really bad because it was the Al Rhodes postgame show, and I was on the show with you. Remember that?
Oh, that's all right. It's the regional radio sports postgame show. It's not anybody's show. Luke Steven lights the lamp, and just like that, it's 76-75, 13-29. We pass around all kinds of love on regional radio sports. Coach, you know that.
I do know that.
With a basketball at the top, three-pointer by Hilliard. Good. Just like that. Gray in front, 78-76.
Have I said tonight that Hilliard can really shoot?
Yes, you have. Several occasions. Ball into the hands here of Gallup, and he missed the one-hand tomahawk. Up court quickly. 3-on-1 breakout. Here's a drive, a shot, and a reverse layup, and a score here for Luke Stevens. It's now 80-76. And we have a foul. Well, I'll say one thing about this. It's good to be back alongside Coach Ron Hicklinski. Ron spent some time with, before he came back into the coaching business, was my on-the-road broadcast partner for Bethel basketball. We had one of the most adventurous nights of my career was when we were in Huntington, the night my pops went to heaven. We were there in the post-game show, and I was looking like a deer in headlights that night. I'll never forget that night, and you handled yourself well. I thought we both got out of that one without breaking too many hearts, I don't think.
And the one thing I'll say about it is your dad would have been so proud of you up in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. With a basketball now coming from left to right now, Shamar Dillard. Half-court shot on the way. No, it was a pass. Yes, not. To Brandon Newman, and Newman scores the layup, making it 80-78. And now the crowd kind of getting restless here with all this. Got a three-point shot on the far side. Good by Caden Gonwar. Is that who that was, Matt?
Yes, it was.
All right, here's a drive, a shot, and a layup is put up and in by Brandon Newman. 83-80 now with 12:02 to go. So what was your over-under, Coach, on the amount of points scored?
I said a total of 300. And I don't think we'll get there, but there will be a lot of points scored here.
Here's Corey McKinney knifing through the defense to Applegate. Applegate with the underhand shot underneath the goal, and he was hammered.
Noah Applegate is a really, really talented player. He's one of those lefties that the ball just seems to fall out of his hand just so easy. He's got great range. He's strong. He's got a great up and under move inside.
Coach, feel free to stop by on Thursday at Beef O'Brady's. We have two great student athletes coming out. Caitlin Alsasser, who had a great career at Mishawaka High School. She's coming out to visit with us. She's going to be leaving to go to Indianapolis. We got another kid that had an All-American type year. Gage Ott's going to come out, have dinner with us. So I invite you to come out and join us at Beef O'Brady's, 6 o'clock to 7.
The great Dave Reisner is going to be back in town here
Not
shortly.
Too shortly, yeah. There's a shot put up and in now. The score is
should be 83-83.
83-83. Here's the ball into the hands of Dillard, and he was going to go up, and he lost the handle on it. Nailed the photographer underneath the goal. Now to push it up will be Elijah Hales. Hales will. Little half-stat trot set coming over the timeline, picked up by Applegate. Back here to Charlie Yoder. Yoder step back. Back out here to Gonwar. His long triple. Good. Caden Gonwar from Napanee.
Now you might think that's deep, but that's his range. That's where he has the ability to shoot from.
Here's a three-point shot back to the way. Answer to the call is Corey McKinney, and we're tied 86 all. It's become a three-point shooting fest. Here's Demezi Anderson looking for help, shovels it out here, and Demezi got hit on the hand by Shamar Dillard, his high school teammate. And it'll be a common foul.
Have you seen Eric here tonight?
I have not seen. I think he's at the Final Four. And I know Ryan Lightfoot will be heading down there. Coach, I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things I wanted to talk about here is a lob inside and a two-hand flush for Brandon Newman. And it's now 88-86 in favor of the red team. The Final Four is a big opportunity for guys to do what we call networking in the business world. Demezy Anderson with a triple, good. 89-88. Here's a drive down the left side of the lane. That's going to be a block shot. Up court quickly on the breakout. Here's Hales to the goal, and he scores. 91-88 in favor of the. Here's Demezy with the steal. Demezy on the drive. Pushes off, drives, and then flushes it with two hands.
What a sequence. But the Final Four, as you started to talk about a little bit, it's a great event for college coaches, and a lot of high school coaches go also because everybody sees each other, and every job that's open will almost be an interview process there.
And we have a timeout for the red team. We're going to have you go down and talk now with Tanner Shepard, the other Bethel assistant coach right out here. He's one of the Bethel seniors who had a sensational year. So Mike Fleischman's going to go talk with Tanner Shepard and get some thoughts from Tanner, who's doing the assistant coaching thing here tonight from Bethel College. Our coverage of tonight's game being presented in part by our friends at McDonald's Restaurants here in the Michiana area, proud to sponsor today's game. There is a McDonald's coupon in your program tonight, so stop into any nearby restaurant for great food choices like a buttermilk crispy tender signature crafted sandwiches and our McCafe drinks like our new McCafe turtle macchiato, both iced and hot, or find an incredible value on McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu. All right, let's go on over here now to Mike Fleischman.
Mike Fleischman here with Bethel senior Tanner Shepard. Congratulations on your career here at Bethel College. What's it like watching these youngsters play on your court?
Hey, it's awesome. I felt like it was yesterday when I was there playing like these guys are. But, you know, it's awesome to watch, and I just like giving back to these guys and coaching them. It's awesome.
With time running down here, what do you got to do to pull out the W today?
Hey, we got to get some more stops and score the ball. That's all we got to do.
How does it feel being the coach and not the player today? What's that like?
You know, it's a little weird, but I like it. You know, it's something I'm hoping to do someday, so I'm just trying to get used to it now.
Tanner Shepard, thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Tanner Shepard sharing some opportunities. 93-88, the team wearing the gray jerseys, and it says Pilots on the scoreboard with the lead. Three-point shot by Hemingway way off the mark, and the rebound ricochets out on the perimeter where Trey Gallup has the ball. Trey over the timeline now.
You're starting to see the defense pick up a little bit now because there's only 9 minutes left, and they do want to win this game.
Just out of curiosity, why is the band playing while we're playing basketball?
That's a great question. I need to ask the band director of Mishawaka High School that.
All right.
Because that is the Mishawaka Pep Band.
93-88, and going to the line will be Brandon Newman. Newman, 25 points, 9 rebounds, a block, an assist, and a steal per ball game for Barrett Kuhlman. He won 20 games this year.
When this game is over, you'll see that he'll fill the stat sheet in this game too, because some guys are just natural scorers. They find way to score. They're always around the basket, and they're good shooters, and he's one of those guys.
At the line now, Newman with one more opportunity, and he converts, making it 93-89. Great team by 4 in the rock in hand. Hemingway over the timeline now. At the top, guarded by Lutz. Back to Demezy. Demezy backs it out. Demezy will launch the triple, and it goes off the iron and ricocheted into the corner. It's tracked down by Hales. Elijah Hales will load it up. Shot no good. Rebound. And ball deflected around and stolen and missed the layup. And now the red team will transition. Here's Lutz on the right wing now. The southpaw for 3. In and out, no good. Offensive putback is good by Gallup. And now it's a 93-91 ball game. Here's a steal by Applegate, and he scores. 93-93 ball game now with 8:24 to go. Here is a triple by Demezi Anderson.
Yeah, this game will wind down now, and he'll become more emotionally involved in this game as the game winds down.
96-93. Coach, you've had a chance to coach a lot of great players, and you've had a chance to coach high school players when you were coaching at Anderson, and of course all the places you've been. Where does Demezi Anderson rank in the big picture of this?
Yeah, I think he's a really, really good high school shooter. I mean, he loves basketball. He works at his craft all of the time. And I think he's just coming down to the end of his career here. He's worn down. He's tired. There was a lot of pressure put on that Riley team this year. And I think he's going to be a really good college player at IU.
Okay, then the next question is, you've had a chance to, as a basketball historian, there's a Grundy with a nice little layup inside. And that makes it 98-95. The great Romeo Langford. I was front court through the entire Damon Bailey experience. I was fortunate to broadcast half a dozen of those games when Damon won it all, when he was at Bedford North Lawrence. Did that state championship game. Thought was one of the most storybook stories in the history of basketball. Where's Romeo in the big picture? Is he in the same picture?
Yeah, I think he is, and I think because both of those guys came from Southern Indiana. Now, people might say that the basketball isn't as good in Southern Indiana as it is in Central Indiana. I don't buy that. Because of where you live, it doesn't matter. You can play or you can't play, and Romeo Langford is a very representative player to be in that same category with Damon Bailey. Trails Damon Bailey only by a few points. I think everybody in the state wanted to see that 4A championship game be South Bend Riley against Romeo Langford.
Sure.
And it wasn't to be, but he's a really good player. And by the way, I was the head coach at Edgewood in those 3 years that Damon played, so we played against Damon in all 3 of those years. And at that point in time, he was an outstanding basketball player.
Three-point play the old-fashioned way, and a nice coming back the other way. There's a score for Nathan Ertz. It was Weston Stage the last time down the floor for the team wearing the gray jerseys. So it's 101-97. Mees on the far side wing. On the dribble drive, steps, pushes off. Now on the dribble drive, shovels it inside, and the ball deflected out of bounds. I think Mees is really starting to force it. I've noticed that in the last 3 or 4 games. I think people have really gone after him and beat him up.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. And somebody forgot to tell Deontay Craig not to play defense, right? Because he did a pretty good job.
Absolutely. Here's Mees with the triple. Good.
I mean, he's a straight-up shooter. He's got size, and he's a straight-up shooter.
He's talking to the guys on the bench actually right now. Here's the drive down the lane, and Binion had a shot block, but John once again not afraid to take it inside.
No, it's 6'2". He's never been afraid to go against guys that are bigger than him because that's what he's done his whole career.
And going to the line will be JB. How much did he improve on his free throw shooting this year compared to the year before?
Yeah, he was probably 66 this year. His junior year, he was maybe 62.
And line change for the team in gray as Hemingway checks out. Also, Elijah Hales will check out.
Speaking of the line change, only for 10 seconds, boy, the Blackhawks struggled this year. I love them, though.
I love them, too, but, man, talk about they just imploded in every aspect as the red team is able to get back within 5 at 104-98 on the Binion free throw. There's Stevens into the left corner now here to Sage, and he buries the triple.
A lot of people don't know about Weston Stage, but we played against him, and he's a really good high school player, really good athlete.
There's a pass inside of the low post and an easy layup here, but a picturesque pass as Deontay Craig scores the goal, making it 107-100.
Now the last 5 minutes here, the red team really is going to play some defense, try and get themselves back in this game. Because remember what I told you, this is bragging rights. This is on the playground. This is everybody now. Now it's about winning this game.
107-100, the great team with the lead. And now to walk it up will be South Bend, Washington Panther Corey McKinney. He knifes down the lane, kick out into the corner. Triple off the rim, no good for Binion. And the ball ricochets into the crowd on the far side. And now it'll be substitutions for Team in Gray. Now back onto the floor will be Charlie Yoder and Caden Gongwer also as Demezi Anderson.
Demezi does not want to come off of this game now. He wants to be in this last 5 minutes to help win this game.
Here's Gongwer over the timeline now, stops at the point, flares to the left side. Nice job by Lutz on the defensive end. Did I not say that?
Yeah, Lutz is a really good defensive player.
Here's the ball here on the left wing now, Luke Stevens. Stevens, a Fairfield Falcon, he traveled inside, shot but was partially blocked by Newman. On the breakout, here's McKinney with a pass over here, ricochets into the corner, and it's tracked down there by Dillard. Dillard with a pass inside, a shot, and a score as Newman helps close the gap to 107 to 102. Binion coming out of the ball game now, and checking back in will be Ethan Britton Watts.
When we finish this game and we get the stats, you'll see Brandon Newman will dominate the stat sheet. That's just what he does. We played Valparaiso this year and had a chance to scout and break his film down. He's just one of those guys that can just fill it and dominate a stat sheet.
When I think of Valparaiso, I think of Rob and Roger and Rodney Harden, Brad Blastic, Robbie Hummel. I can go up and down the line. And, of course, the legendary coaches, Skip Collins. I can throw Bryce Drew and Timmy Bishop into that. Here's an easy layup for Brandon Newman. 107-105. I covered a lot of those Valparaiso teams. And, of course, when Skip Collins, the legendary Valparaiso high school coach, got out of the coaching ranks, he took your seat right next to me, Coach, for about 7 years. And I still say it to this day. When I had a chance to work with Skip Collins at every high school basketball games that I ever did, it was like going to a basketball clinic.
Yeah, he was the best.
One of the greatest basketball teachers I ever encountered. And then, of course, Coach Bob Punter did a wonderful job taking over for Skip. Here's a steal. Here is a drive, a shot, and a score for Shamar Dillard. And we're tied 107. A couple defensive gems. Here's Gongwer with a triple way off the mark. Gongwer got his own rebound. And back over here in the near corner now to Albers. And a foul on the perimeter. And you're right, Coach. They have dialed it up defensively now.
Yeah, I mean, with 4:27 left, they want to win this game now. And don't be surprised if maybe at the 3-minute mark, Demezi will get back in this game.
Here's Gongwer to inbound the ball to on the left sideline. Goes now to Yoder into the low post. They go to Stevens, back out to the top. Jump pass to the right side, triple. Stevens comes hard off the iron, and Lutz on the breakout. Finds McKinney. McKinney to the goal for 2. Just like that, the red team, just moments ago, they were a 9-point trailer, and they are in the midst of a, 12-0 run? 11-0 run. Thank you, Matt, for correcting me on my math. That always has been my strong point. Not. Well, ricochets into the corner. 109-107, our score.
And so now you're seeing the first time out of the game, because now the coaches are going to start coaching this game.
Well, let's get a thought here from Ryan M. when we come out of the break. Once again, we want to thank our friends at McDonald's. The Ronald McDonald House at Beacons Children's Hospital provides the comforts of home for families and seriously ill or injured children. Thanks to the generosity of over 200 volunteers and community donations, the Ronald McDonald House is able to provide a place for area families to receive a hot meal, a shower, kind word, just a few minutes away from their sick child. The Ronald McDonald House. Let's go over here to Ryan M.
Here with Coach Ryan M. of the red team, clinging to a 2-point lead as time runs down. What do you got to do to get the W?
I think to get the W, you got to take care of the ball and keep guard. And the last couple minutes was pretty good. Was able to change the tempo a little bit, so that was really cool. Guys playing hard this last few minutes of the game.
Same question I asked about Sarah Doy in the first game. Does John Binion know this is an exhibition game?
I'm not sure. Kid's playing really, really hard. I think he led us in rebounds first half, so really good to see a local kid like that coming out here and playing really hard. It's been cool to see.
Coach M, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's Dillard with a score inside, making a 111 to 107. Triple from the left corner. Good. I believe that was Charlie Yoder. I was screened out of the way.
Yes, it was.
111 to 110. Mike, do me a favor. Go over there and tell the band to stop playing during the live action with the basketball. Thank you. Corey McKinney stops. Pull up 15-footer bucket. 113, 110.
Big time stop on a dime and leave change pull up for Corey McKinney.
Back over here. Rylan Grundy crosses over. Spin around to the goal. And he was hammered. Rylan Grundy going to the line.
Those two guys have seen that before playing each other in practice. And I told you Demezi would be back in this game about the 2:30
You said
mark.
3-minute mark, and it would have been if it would have not been for the.
And I'm telling you, Demezi said, "Hey, coach, put me in, man. This is fun, and I want to play this last 3 minutes."
Rylan Grundy, 9 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals for Eric Brand, and he missed the free throw. As Yoder checks out, also checking out is Gongwer, and back onto the hardwoods will be Elijah Hales, the junior from Westview. And one more opportunity, Grundy. Eyes, flies, knock it down. 113, 111 with 2:48 to go. Lutz at the top. Handing it off over here on the come around is McKinney. McKinney flares to the right wing and then back out to the top here to Ethan Britton Watts. Watts letting some time come off the shot clock, and I've said it twice today. I've said the word shot clock in an all-star game twice. I don't think I've ever done that. Here's Britton Watts, shovels it to the far side, now to Newman. Newman on the step back, and shot clock violation.
And there's some great on-ball defense by Demezi. And Brandon Newman probably wasn't aware of the shot clock. Now, and that brings up the age-old question. I believe the shot clock should be in high school basketball.
No arguments from me, Coach. Elijah Hales now has the ball in between the rings. Goes right side now to Grundy. Grundy triple, no good. A rebound ripped out of there by Brandon Newman. And now the red team with a 2-point lead and the rock in hand with 2:05 to go. And quickly over the timeline now is Watts, Britton Watts. Cross-court pass over here now to McKinney. Corey goes into the deep right corner now to Newman. Newman step back, drives. Still on the look. Back out to the point now. McKinney flares out right wing. 2 on the shot clock. Pull up, 18-footer off the rim, no good. A rebound, Luke Stevens, the former Fairfield Falcon. Demezi on the far side wing. Look at the defense being played out there now. Mees, step back, triple on the way, off the rim, no good. A rebound into the hands of the red teams. Brandon Newman.
The intensity in this game now has picked up so much. It's actually, for me as a coach, fun to watch it.
Newman, triple good. He was talking to Barrett Coleman going down the floor. And just like that, it's 116-111 red team. There's a pull-up 16-footer left side, no good by Hales. And with 60 seconds to go, the red team by 5 in the ball in hand. Here's a lob, or a shot inside, tipped up and around, and the gray team has the ball. Up court quickly, here's Mees. Mees on the drive, left. He was fouled. Mees got a break there.
Yeah, he got bailed out because he left his feet and didn't really know what he was going to do.
Demezi Anderson, we need to point it out. We've waited to the end to tell you all about it. How about this? The all-time leading scorer in St. Joseph County history. The all-time leading scorer in South Bend history. 1,949 points. He makes the free throw, making it 116-112.
Do you remember the great late Jimmy Webb?
I do.
South Bend Adams.
Absolutely, saw him play.
I mean, Jimmy Webb, I played against him all the time. Jimmy Webb held those titles. Demezi broke them, and Jimmy Webb was a great player, played for the University of Cincinnati, played for John Adams, and died at a young age of cancer.
116-113. Here's Lutz with the timeout with 44.6 seconds to go. And this one, let's go over there and talk with Alex Daniel and get some thoughts from him here in this timeout. Our coverage today being presented in part by our friends at McDonald's. There is a McDonald's coupon in your program tonight, so stop into any nearby McDonald's and check out the buttermilk crispy tenders, the signature crafted sandwiches, and our McCafe drinks. Like our new McCafe Turtle Macchiato, and both iced or hot. Or find our incredible value on the McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu. Once again, glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. Special thanks to our friends at the Gates Automotive Group for all their support.
It's a great Dean Hupper.
Gates knows minivans. More vans, more colors, more models.
Mike Fleischman here with Coach Alex Daniel of the great team, down by 3. What do you got for us in these final 44.6?
Well, we're gonna try to get a steal on the inbounds here. If we don't get a steal, go ahead and play out the possession. Try to work for a stop. We only got one possession game here, so let's get a stop, come down, and get a great shot on the offensive end.
Who are you looking for that final shot?
I'd probably go to Demezy Anderson, most likely.
All right.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, there she is. There you have all the strategy. What would you do, Coach Ron?
Well, no, that's exactly what I would do because you have the shot clock in play.
116-113, 33 seconds to go, clock rolling. Red team with the ball, 11 on the shot clock. Here's Newman. On the drive, leans, shoots, tipped up and in by Newman. 118-113. Red team with up by 5. Here's Hemingway with the ball. Jump pass here to the near side. Grundy, he was fouled by Applegate. Now, Applegate said he got a piece of it. And what's the call going to be? I think Applegate got a piece of it, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, they're going to give it to the gray team.
And it'll be Elijah Hales to inbound. Comes out here to Demezy, off balance triple, no good. Rebound Applegate. And Applegate immediately fouled by Elijah Hales. The red team, of course, last year, a 148-145 loser. And of course, the gray team 2 years ago, a 149-116 winner. And the red team going to break a 2-game losing streak to the gray team as Applegate scores 119-113. And Applegate scores again to make it 120-113. Here's Grundy with the poster dunk opportunity off the rim. No good. That's going to do it. Glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports. We'll be back with the post-game show totals and more live from Bethel College. We hope you've enjoyed the 7th annual McDonald's Michiana All-Star Classic. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
To grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union, financial solutions. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Centir Bank is Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. Since 1895, the Schrag family has built a legacy of success through business and by servicing the communities of northern and central Indiana. Centir's not-for-sale promise pledges to the communities we serve that we will continue to preserve independent banking in Indiana for generations to come. Centir Bank is proud to serve the communities of northern and central Indiana. Please visit centir.com for more information, and don't forget to like us on Facebook, member FDIC.
All right, let's get back here to Coach Ron Heklinski, along with yours truly, Paul Condry. Coach, first of all, let's just kind of go back and reflect on the evening. The red team winner here in the men's game, and if you look back into the first ball game, the red team also the winner. So if your color was red today, you're feeling pretty good.
You know what? I'm looking for a casino. I'm looking for a casino and a roulette board, to be honest with you.
Okay.
No, great games. The last 4 or 5 minutes of this game was outstanding. You saw great athletes really getting into each other, trying to guard people, and trying to come out and win this game. At the onset of this game, I talked about Brandon Newman, and I told you that at the end of this game, he would fill the stat sheet. Late in the game, when they had to have a go-to basket to go up 5, they got the ball to Brandon Newman, took the ball to the rack and finished. And at the end of this game, he finishes with 33 points.
Well, it's good to see people here at the broadcast table, stopping by and getting to see my good friend Todd Gongwer is here, that of course wrote that legendary book, Lead for God's Sake. His son had a chance to play here, and of course Todd was a coach here at Bethel College. It has been a laundry list of guys to talk about and to interact with, and I think my favorite part is just the renewing of so many friendships that you don't get a chance to spend a lot of time with when I'm on the college beat. A lot of these high school guys, the only time I get a chance to talk to guys is when we have them on in the coach's box at Beef O'Brady. So it's been neat for me to reconnect with some of the guys who I've had a chance to, who our careers have paralleled as they kind of have grown over the years. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how Ryan Lightfoot talked about the coaching tree. It's really not a coaching tree at Bethel, it's a coaching forest. The amount of guys that have touched high school players' lives, college players' lives, that have come out from Mike Lightfoot's tree, forest, whatever you want to call it, is amazing, and they've all come back here. They've all stopped by. You've had interactions with them all night long, and I sit back and my heart takes pictures of all those interactions because it's amazing, because they have so much respect for you also.
Well, thanks, Coach. We're going to get a thought here from Matt Copsey. He's diligently doing some numbers, but I want to get that thought before we do that. I'm going to go over here to Mike Fleshman, who had a chance to experience his first All-Star game. Mike, you look back on walking the floor here and there in this 2018 McDonald's Michiana High School All-Star game. What are you going to take away from your first trip here to the Gates Gymnasium?
Well, it was wonderful to meet all these talented coaches that play such a big role in these young men and women's lives, and have them talk about just how proud they are and how glad they are to see the hard work of their students and their players translate into success and recognition. And also it was really great to hear the stories about the visit yesterday to the Ronald McDonald House and the charity work. Personally, Paul, my first steady job was with McDonald's, and my first exposure to charity work was also with McDonald's. And it's really great to see that story continuing on. Just a real privilege to be here and experience it.
Well, you had a chance down the stretch to work with Mike Knezovich and his crew over there, and you had a chance to see several of these teams, including Valparaiso. You had a chance to broadcast the regional championships. We were all over there together at Michigan City High School. But as you look back on some of the players that you've seen here during the course of the last 4 or 6 hours, if you will, who are you going to walk away saying, man, that's going to be pretty neat to be able to watch that player play in college, or see that player come back and play another year of preps basketball?
Well, from the first game, it's Sarah Doy. From the moment I first watched Sarah Doy run quarterback the Penn offense, I was just absolutely impressed with her tenacity, with her hustle. She brought it out here today in the early game. And in the second game, Brandon Newman down the stretch, he was very impressive as a Valparaiso Viking playing for Coach Kuhlman. And then today, hitting the shots down the stretch, the red team was very, very tenacious, and he's a player that can sneak up on you. He's finesse-oriented, but then all of a sudden, he's able to box out, get a rebound, get a strong putback. His strength sneaks up on you, and he's a real impressive player. I look forward to his senior year as a Viking.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the work tonight. Outstanding up and down the sidelines.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, let's get a final thought here from Matt Copsey. Matt, what's your final thought on the ballgame?
Thanks, Paul. I'll just give the totals here. For the gray team, Caden Gonwiger, 11 points. Charlie Yoder had 3. Mike Hemingway, 3. Clay Hilliard, 6. Elijah Hales, 9. 15 for Luke Stevens. 20 for Demezi Anderson. Cade Albers with 14. 9 for Connor Utley. 9 for Weston Sage. 16 for Ryland Grundy for the red team. Brandon Newman, 33 points. Jacob Good had 2. Trey Gallup, 12. Corey McKinney, 14. Shamar Dillard, 17. Ethan Britton Watts, 5. Nathan Ertz, 5. 7 for Devontae Craig. Noah Applegate at 13. John Binion had 11. I just thought, for some of these kids, this might be the last time they get a chance to play some high school basketball. A lot of them are going to move on. A lot of them will be back to play next year. So this is just a great thing that the Bethel and McDonald's has put on to give these kids an opportunity to play one last time before the school year's over.
All right, my final thought as we wrap it up here, this will be our last broadcast here in this gymnasium to the fall. I want to close this out somewhat on a somber note. One of my longtime friends who's been a part of my team over the course of the last 30 years, my good friend Dwayne Lewandowski. His mother passed away, and of course Dwayne's father, Harry Lewandowski, was of course the legendary athletic director at LaSalle High School for many, many years. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Dwayne Lewandowski on the loss of his mom. Just played, the Lewandowski family's played such an integral part of the South Bend athletic scene. And of course, for Dwayne, of course, a big member of my team the last 30 years. Thoughts and prayers go out to the big fella. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, final score, the red team defeats the gray team 120. Special thanks to the amazing team we have here at Regional Radio Sports. Upstairs, Tanya Condry along with JP Jobert, to Andrew Bowen and his team on Bethel Sports. Also, kudos go out here to Matt Copsey. For the coach, Rod Hecklinski, I'm Paul Condry. And as always, God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.